One of the 100-plus murder cases Uncles Bay prosecuted included the 1999 murders of 3 employees at a Pizza Hut in Tucson. Convicted killers Christopher Bo Herstel and Kajorn Sak Tom Prasserfong initially received death sentences, but through retrials and plea deals, Herstel's sentence was reduced to 25 years, and Prasserfong got life. Kathy Weir followed every step of the trials. Her brother, 44-year-old Robert Curry, was one of the victims. She told us how the drawn-out legal process shaped her view of capital punishment.
You know, looking back, I don't think I had strong feelings one way or the other about the death penalty. I probably supported it at the time. Victims can only talk 2 different times to the court, and that's during a bail hearing and sentencing. So when it came time for sentencing, our family requested natural life. And probably the primary reason for that was to have an underlying life sentence in case something changed that would override the death sentences, that they would still be in prison for life.
This is a case that went to trial more than once. An emotional toll for you?
Yes, it pretty much consumed my life for 8 years. And what people don't understand, well, in my case, I owned my own business, so I had the flexibility to be away from work, but it cost our company a lot of money. I had always put the business first, and for the first time in my life, the business became secondary. This was important to me because we're the voice for those people. We sat behind Rick to support Bob, Lisa, and Jim, that someone was there for them. They loved them, they cared for them, and to show the judge that we cared for them. And that's something that I think we should do, and I still speak out about it because of the fact that today, more than ever, what families are going through across this entire country. When there is these senseless murders that are happening, particularly the mass murders, I just grieve for those families. And it's more what I know they're going to face than the loss of their loved ones. The loss of losing someone is horrendous. But what the court system can do to you is even worse, because it all comes down to the rights of the defendant. And the defendant is, you know, the accused until the court case is settled, and then he's finally guilty. But it's sad the amount of resources that we put in on the back end for these people as opposed to putting it in on the front end to prevent these things from happening.
Kathy, it's been 20 long years. One of the murderers may see the light of day, and you're still here wondering how did this happen? That's got to be a painful feeling to know that one of them could be out soon.
Well, unless something happens in the next 5 years, he will get released. What's frightening is he went into prison as a sociopath. He basically was raised in the prison system. When you look through his infractions, when you go to inmate data search, you can see the infractions that he's had. You see the tattoos that he's developed. I mean, what kind of rehabilitation has he had? These were 2 kids who made a stupid mistake. That's basically what it was. My brother was very experienced. He was mature. He would have given them the money. There was no reason to kill all of them, but they made a bad mistake, and a lot of people had to pay the price for it. But what's sad is he's going to come out feeling that he was victimized all those years, and who knows what kind of crime he might commit when he does come out.
You mentioned your brother Bob, a husband and a father at the time. How are you remembering him?
Well, he loved to make jokes. He was a practical joker. There was no holiday that didn't require fireworks. His family came first. He was very compassionate.
Your brother was shot and killed with 2 others during the commission of a robbery. In your mind, what would make this right? How could justice be done?
It can't be. I think in the case of Bo Hurstel, I called him a throwaway kid. He had a biological father. His Stacy's first husband adopted him, but he only lived with them for a couple of weeks. He was raised by his grandparents. And so, what was his upbringing? And even though his grandparents loved him, and probably his mother did too, but we don't know what the environment is. And we're not investing in education. I don't think he was very literate. I don't think he had good grades in school. And we're not instilling those kind of values that education's important, stability in the home is important, literacy is important, and if we could concentrate on the front end, things would improve on the back end. It's like if you don't change your oil in the car, eventually you're going to have to buy a new car. So isn't it a little bit better to spend money every few months on oil? But we still haven't learned that lesson, that we need to value our children.
Okay. Kathy, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.